Managing your anger can be one of the best things you can ever do for yourself. But when you don't manage your anger, you can literally ruin your day, your week, your month. You know, one event can take that whole day away, that beautiful day that was expected for you. If you do not manage your anger, not only that you can ruin your life, you could also ruin the people that you really care about. Because when you're not in a good state, it would also affect them. So a lot of it over here is about you, because I want you to have a good day, a good life. But it's also more than you, also the people that you love, that you care for. When you're angry, it's also not good for them. In life, there are many events that are not in our control. Now, our focus many times, if not always, should be in what's in our control. But it's really easy for me now to sit here on camera with some birds around me and, have a nice cup of coffee. But let's be realistic. There are things in life that can get us angry. And maybe 10-20% of the time, anger could also push us to do some things that we won't do otherwise. But I'm here to talk today about the 90-80% that anger is not good. Anger is a poison for you that can really ruin your life. Now, I totally agree with you. There are times in life, and I'm exactly like you, that we get angry. Whether it's angry at ourselves a lot of times, things that we didn't do right or that we didn't do at all. Whether it's angry at other people that did all kind of different things. There are many different events and reasons that you could get angry. And you know what? You might also be right. Maybe the reason that you're getting angry is right. But what does that mean you're right? Like, does it serve you to be angry? Again, 10%, 20% of the time, maybe yes, and also then only for a short time. Otherwise, anger is poison. So I want to mention here a few different ways, 4 steps you can take that can help you reduce that anger. And actually, it might also turn into something else, something that is not anger, actually some type of emotion that can serve you. If I go some time back, I remember I was backpacking in a beautiful country. And I got to this hotel, it was good. I was after a long ride and it was a nice person. We had a nice conversation. He offered me some type of deal. I told him, listen, I might take it, I might not, we'll see. I went, I had some good food to eat. It was good, it was going pretty good. And then when I wanted to check out, he told me that he's going to charge me for 2 nights and not for 1 night. Now, to be honest over here, the price, even if he charges for 2 nights, I'll be okay. But I got angry because I felt he's taking advantage of me because I'm a tourist, so he could rip me off. It wasn't the money issue, it was the fact that I felt he's taking advantage of me. And then of course I got angry, and like I told him, hey, no way you're going to do that, because you're kind of lying to me and you're not keeping your word. Because when I spoke to him in the beginning, he said, no, just come for 1 night and it's all good, you can leave in the morning, afternoon, whatever it is, and you'll be fine. And then all of a sudden he changes his mind and he wants to charge me for 2 nights because I'm a tourist. I started building all of these stories in my head, and of course I got angry and stiff. And he was also standing behind his word. No, this has to happen. No, you have to pay me for 2 nights because you're leaving too late. And reminding you, everything before that was fine. He told me I could stay and leave just later on in the day. And I was getting angry because I hate when people try to take advantage of other people, and also when they try to take advantage of me. During my walk, when I was walking, I was thinking to myself, wait 1 second, Yair, zoom out a little bit, look at the big picture. Maybe he's not really trying, to take advantage. Maybe yes, maybe not, but a good chance that actually maybe he's not. We don't speak the same language. He tried to explain to me one thing, maybe I understood a different thing. And maybe I'm right, and maybe he is trying to take advantage, but also maybe I'm wrong and he's not. And we really didn't understand each other. So I kind of took a zoom out. He said, why should he want to take advantage? Like, he has a business, he wants it to run. There are plenty of people here, why would he want a bad name? And I tried to look at the picture from a different angle. There's always the beginning of the video, the sentence, when you change the way you look at things, what you look at changes. So I kind of took a new perspective, a new look, but I was only able to take it when I did a zoom out of the picture. And then I told myself, okay, breathe for a second. When you're angry, sometimes you're all tense. Took a deep breath, and I thought about it again. And then I asked myself, is the reason I'm angry because he's trying to take advantage of me? Or is there a different reason behind? Then I also thought on his end, like, why would he want to screw me over just for a few dollars, whatever it is? And I'm talking now, like it sounds like it was a long conversation with myself, but maybe altogether it was like a minute or two max. And after zooming out and after, taking some deep breaths and trying to think what's the real reason I'm angry, the last question came up, and I asked myself, wait, when I'm angry, the main person suffering is me. It's not him. I'm suffering because I'm angry. And now when I'm going to do my next activity, I'm coming from an anger state of mind. And the only one that is effective over here is me. Like, I'm basically poisoning myself with this anger. And then I asked myself, is my anger worth whatever dollar amount that was of paying that extra night? And my answer was no. So I came back to the person with a state of mind, okay, maybe there's something else that happened over here. I didn't understand the situation, right? And maybe he's also trying to screw me over. That could still be all good. But then, is it worth it for me to be angry over a few dollars? Is it worth it, my anger? The only one that is losing over here is me. Because I won't get now into a fist fight with someone over a few dollars. It's not worth it. Anyways, I'm against violence if it's not needed, unless, it's to protect someone else. But that's a different story. There's no reason for me to get upset. When I came back to him, I put my ego aside, again, from the mindset of it's not worth it for me to get angry, even if he's screwing me up. And maybe he's not. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. And I told him, listen, maybe we didn't understand each other. Let's, finish this in a nice way. Whatever, I gave him half the price. He was fine with half the price. And I left. And then I asked myself, how many times in life do I get angry over events or things that maybe it's just my misunderstanding, and if I give it a different interpretation, I'll see something totally different. Again, maybe sometimes the anger comes from a place that I'm right, but is it worth it to be right if that's the anger? And there are times that the answer is yes. If someone's trying to take advantage of you, or if that pushes you towards a goodwill, yeah, there's space for anger, not for a long time, because anger for a long time is, again, it's poison for you. But I told myself that I need to be more aware in my life, and I think each person in his life, is it worth it for me to pay that price of anger? Because anger could ruin my day. It could have been a beautiful day. Now that I'm angry, the rest of the day could look like a piece of crap. And also the people I care about, when I'm in an angry state, they see it, they feel it, the energy goes also to them. They might not be angry, but they could get so much more from me, and I could be there for them, but not in an angry state. So kind of everyone loses, and you didn't really get anything from it in 90-80% of the time. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to make this practical for you. So let's break it down into 4 steps. When you have any type of anger that comes up, I want you to use these 4 steps in order to make your life better and the life of the people surrounding you better. So step number 1, when you have any type of anger, like we said, zoom out. Look at the big picture, not in what's happening right now. Step number 2 is take some deep breaths. I'm not talking now about doing yoga for an hour. I'm talking about 6-7 deep breaths, and then rethink. Okay, we did that zoom out. We took these few deep breaths. Now ask myself, what's the real reason I'm angry here? You might be right, you might be wrong for the reason, but it doesn't matter. Get to that conclusion. What's the real reason for the anger? Because a lot of times it's something under the surface. And all the events together brought the anger to come out right now, but it's something totally different. After you ask yourself that question, ask yourself, is that anger worth for me? Is whatever event that brought this anger up, is it worth for me having the anger, that poison in me? And again, not only in me, when it's in me, it's also affecting the people surrounding me. Now, if the answer is still yes, so okay, like I said, there's 10-20% of the time that's the case, but also in those cases, don't stay angry for too much time. You're only ruining your life, not anyone else. Anger can also bring to sickness. When you're in an anger state, your body feels it, and in the long run, you could get sick from it. Now, let's assume that we're not talking about 10-20%. 80% of the time, that anger is not worth it. The only one that you're damaging with your anger is you, not anyone else. So try to look at that event in a different perspective. Take a deep breath, accept it, and if there's something you could do to change, of course, change whatever you could change, but whatever's in your control. Whatever's not in your control, just accept, try to give it a different perspective. What can you learn from here? And then, just continue with your day with whatever you're doing, And maybe now find something else that does good for you. Maybe it's watching something funny or talking to someone you care about. That way you feel good and the people around you are not affected by your anger. But the main thing is you're not poisoning yourself with your anger. Hi, I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.